Hello and a very, very, very good morning. Right, so I've been up to mischief. When I say mischief, right, so I'm just gonna go straight into it. Right, just this very morning, I was standing, getting myself together, packing my bag, and I was thinking about a post that I made on Facebook on Sunday, where I shared an image of lots of money, and I did it for educational purposes because I know that the two things that people are stingy with are money and time. For me, time is the most precious of all the commodities, but for the fact that I have time, presently I wouldn't be on the road at 7 o'clock in the morning. On an icy morning, it's actually cold. Unexpectedly, I wasn't expecting it to be this cold. It's supposed to be 10 degrees. Yeah, so if I didn't have time, I wouldn't be able to go to the gym at this time in the morning to use the pool. Right, so I value time, let's say, whereas some people value money. So the whole point of the post was that I'm tidying the flat, and in order to save time, I'm paying people two people, reduced to one now, to come and help me do the task, because many hands make light work and all of that. Anyways, so alright, so basically when I first inherited my sister, as I put it, 3.5 years ago, this is not me thinking it, this is me knowing it. There were people standing back, people who believe in God and people who don't believe in God, standing back equally, waiting for me to fall flat on my face. The ones who don't believe in God were doing it to prove, see, for all your belief in God, God didn't help you. 1 second, I just need to blow my nose. 1 second. Okay, that was more like 5 seconds. Yeah, so the ones who don't believe in God were waiting for me to fall flat on my face so they could say, see, God didn't help you. And the ones who believe in God wanted me to fall flat on my face so they could say, see, this is what happens when you don't go to church, when you stop going to church or whatever. But that didn't happen. And what people don't realize is God will bring you down in order to bring you up, so people can judge themselves. Because this is what happened. Many people judge themselves, and me posting the money on Facebook has done two things. It's caused some people to withdraw because they want people to do favors as opposed to them paying someone to do a job for them, whatever that might entail, because they don't want to part with their money. And then you had another lot who were drawn out because they love money, to the extent some of them were begging, literally messaging me, begging, right? So the point I've been making since today's Wednesday, so since Sunday, I've been saying that I didn't post as an invitation to beggars. I posted for educational purposes. So in other words, I have money to pay the people that I'm asking to come and help me save my time. I'm not about using people, so I'm not gonna get people to give up their time to come and help me to save mine. Now, before I left, I had a brief conversation with my sister, as I do. I've left her in bed. I'll get her up when I return. And I said the reason why people suffer, the ones who say they believe in God, is because of willfulness. If you believe in God, in order for God to work in your life, you have to be willing to do whatever He wants you to do when He wants you to do it. So, for example, it's all about exercise. Long story, which I won't go into, but God wants me to improve my health, look after it and improve it. Therefore, exercise is something that I must do, whether I want to or not. But I mean, I'm inclined towards exercise anyway, so it's not anything hard for me to do. So yesterday I had arranged with the person who's helping me to do the cleaning to come, and she was going to come at 9:30 in the morning, but I reconsidered because yesterday was a training session day with the personal trainer. So in advance I was going to go to the pool, but that wouldn't affect anything anyway. So I go to the pool and then head straight to the training session and be back at the flat around about 10. But I needed to buy some provisions for my sister. So I got back, in the end I got back slightly before 11. But I've had so many occasions when something was inconvenient and God caused it that the other person couldn't make it, or for something to come up at my end. And that's what happened. It was late and I was thinking it's too late now because we've agreed that she's going to come on Tuesday at 9:30. So I can't back out of that. So at midnight precisely, she messaged me to say she'd forgotten that she has an appointment. She's got a training session to do with her work, and it's something that if she doesn't do it now, she won't be able to do it until sometime in January. So she offered apologies, which was perfect. So yesterday I had the day that I wanted to have. I was able to do everything, pick up my sister's items, and come back and do all the shredding, and even have time to do my hair. Right, so I did all of that before I went to sleep. So I saved a lot of time, and I was able to do some additional things because my hair wasn't actually part of the agenda. But I managed to do that. It took me about maybe 2.5 hours, but managed to get that done anyway. So jumping forward, yes, so it's willfulness. Why it doesn't matter how much you believe in God. If I decided that I was going to go galloping off and do my own thing without consulting with God, or without without the willingness to be able to change course if He determines something different. So for example, New Year's Eve, if I decide I'm going to go out New Year's Eve and God puts it upon me that I should stay in, no problem. I'm not going to find an excuse, but it's New Year's. I'm not going to do that. I will stay in. So discipline is paramount. If you don't have discipline in your life, God can't work in it, basically. So what you find is the ones who want to see people fall flat on their face, they go for broken examples. They go for people who, when trying to say a person has fallen from grace because they quit church, for example, or that God isn't working for them because there's no God. They always go for the example that wasn't connected to God in the first place. I'm going to wind up here because my fingers are cold. I'm going to wind up here by saying that when I inherited my sister, I saw this behavior and I knew that it would come back to embarrass people, come back to haunt them. So, for example, if there are people there suffering for want, they can't come and ask me to help them, either with my time or with my resources, because they didn't help my sister, right? So I'm not going to help them. Let them help themselves or one another. I don't see anybody challenging me. I spout day and night about God, how marvelous God is, what God's doing for me. And nobody's challenging me, neither the unbelievers or the believers. Why? Because my life is so much better than theirs. And I don't say that as, though I'm superior to them. I say it because it is a fact and they can see it. Right? How many of them are getting up at this time in the morning to go and improve their health, their bodies? And I'll leave that there. Take care. Bye-bye.